Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, astrologer, and welcome to this new weekly update from April 7th to April 13th. It will be a very important week with a lot of astrological influences for Venus, which is the symbol for currency and cryptocurrency in general. So expect a dynamic week in the markets. Here we do treat the global astrology, and for my Patreon subscribers, we dive deeper into Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and the gold and silver index XAU. So markets are moody, especially now, and of course we talk about the big picture, but it's still half of the picture. So let's dive into it. Before I start, I would like to remind you that usually we do not have a significant transaction volume during the weekends in the current market conditions with less liquidity. So this means that you are kindly advised to look at the astrology of the previous weekend. So this means April 5th and 6th. Which will influence most likely the day of Monday, 7th of April, and all days are UTC time zone, remember that. So that being said, I want also to link from now on the previous video so that you can watch the end of it for the weekend information. Thank you, and now let's go into it. Monday, April 7th, we do have in the global astrology a interesting conjunction. I say because it's very multifaceted and it's also difficult to take a decision exactly on how this will play out. And it is really longer in term. We can say that it will be active in the background for the whole week. And it is exact on April 7th UTC time zone. This is a day level aspect that will talk about Venus matters conjunct with Saturn. Venus is cryptocurrency, currency, and Saturn is regulation. Normally, this is a very restrictive influence, although Venus and Saturn are friends, and usually we can expect a dump, and I don't exclude that. But due to the fact that Venus is currently exalted in the maximum position in the sidereal sign of Pisces, I would say that it is highly likely that this will play out positively, taking into account also what follows this week, at least in the next days. So take this into account. Nevertheless, we can really have more clarity, even some restrictions regarding cryptocurrencies, but I do not think that this will instill a big drop, rather, but volatility. At the end of the video, you will get also interesting bits of information about Bitcoin specifically, and this is one of the highlights of the week, so stay tuned for that. Now we continue with Tuesday, April 8th, 2025, and this is a day paved with fire. It is volatile but positive in its own influence, I would say. We do have two important aspects at day level. One is Venus sextile Uranus. This will introduce a lot of volatility into currencies and cryptocurrencies, Venus-related matters, and it is positive per se, so so the end result would be positive, but it will be very unstable, and it is not easy to trade those days, so be sure to have prepared your stop loss accordingly. Then we do have at the end, so towards the end of the day, in the second part, a Mars trine Rahu. And this is really about a intensity of price action, of the fuel of the price action, which is Mars, and Rahu will expand it. But again, it will not add a lot of persistence to this influence, and it will be able to drive prices nicely, even significantly short term, but they will not stay there. So cash in if you get this opportunity. Wednesday, April 9th, we do have here no global aspects in the astrology at day level, but of course each hour something happens. I would really see this day as an extension of the positive but volatile energy from the previous day, and we could have also further increases during the day, taking into account the powerful influence the day before. Thursday, April 10th, we do not have a day level aspect in the global astrology. The whole price action will be shaped by the hourly aspects, which are pretty many. The whole table you can get from the BTC hour by hour product for the whole week. Friday, April 11th, we do not have a day level aspect in the global astrology. Basically, the energy of the previous day will be carried out, and we do have hourly aspects which will shape the price action during the day. Saturday, April 12th, we do have an important aspect in the global astrology, which is negative. It's a Sun-Chiron conjunction. And this can be pretty significant in terms of drops, especially if we have high transaction volume, which is possible not to happen on the day. Therefore, we need to watch out if this is manifested the day before, or it will be only the next week on Monday. And I would say that this is a typical combination when we see retracements to important levels that we have seen before. And basically this is the general outlook for this day. Sunday, April 13th, we do not have a day level aspect in the global astrology again, but we do have plenty of hourly aspects, a continuation of the energy before, which is overall negative, would be expected in this case, but we will have also occasions during several hours on the day to get recovery. So I would say that the next Monday, which is on the 14th of April, would be interesting to predict with this configuration of the weekend. I also promised you a highlight for Bitcoin this week, and it is on the 12th of April, which is a Saturday, and we do have a positive aspect in the Bitcoin horoscope, which is a Sun sextile Neptune. This would really fuel optimism and high expectations. Some good news can be delivered as well. Neptune is about expectations in general and plans for the future, so it could be that we get in terms of mood a better influence that would diminish the negative influences that are still active, especially in the second part of the week. Now, I would like to thank you for your attention, for liking and subscribing, for the time you invest in this, and have a great week ahead. And until next time, be joyful. See you. My dear Patreon and Telegram subscribers, welcome to this weekly update for the mid of April. So we go towards that, and this is between April 7th and April 13th. I would like to share, like usual, the details for Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and XAU, the gold and silver index. I would like to add that the general climate is volatility. And if I would have to summarize the week, maybe we see more positivity. Maybe I say, because you cannot say it's entirely bullish with this volatility, but it's more positive in the first part of the week and more negative in the last part of the week. So just have this in mind to have a plan for your trades. Now let's go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin for April 7th, April 13th. Like usual, I will attach the financial calendar cheat sheet for you so that you have a quick reference for the symbols that are used here. We do have a neutral week. As you see, we do have the gray days that are the majority of the days for this week, including the day of the full moon, which is 13th of April UTC time zone. We do have a single positive aspect that is triggered at day level in the Bitcoin horoscope, which is on the 12th, and this is a Saturday. And we do have bad weather in terms of global astrology on that day. If I would have to summarize the week a bit, it will be not so easy to trade because we don't have day level aspects in the Bitcoin horoscope, as you see in the majority of the days. Therefore, I kindly encourage you to look at the introduction, and if you still are interested in short-term trading during the day, then the BTC hour by hour has the full details. If I would have to give a summary, the first part of the week is more positive, and the most controversial is Monday, because we have that Venus-Saturn conjunction, which can play in both directions. So also I think it will be more positive. Eighth and ninth are highly volatile, but there is positive energy from the global astrology, and the rest of the week, I would say, would be more negative as we go into the full moon. So this is what I want to share for now for Bitcoin. Not so much happening in the horoscope for the week. Ethereum, if we have a glance at it, we can immediately recognize that it is quite coordinated with Bitcoin, with some differences maybe in the mid of the week. So here we can say that the first part of the week will be similar. Yes, we do have here more negative energy, and on the 8th we do have, on the contrary, positive energy in the global astrology, and also Bitcoin will have positive influences as well. But we also have this bright moon crescents during the day, which means that there are powerful hourly aspects. They are the selected ones, the most powerful, that we will get sometime during the day, and this will uplift prices, but it's a volatile day nevertheless. So here may be a bit of less growth, but I think there would still be some growth here. Despite of the fact that we will have a dump, we will recover with Ethereum. And what is different is the day of the 10th, when we do have a negative influence in general at hourly level. I'm speaking for Bitcoin, and here we will have a positive day level aspect, and it is a positive volatile day in the global astrology, in the markets. So here it might be that we will have a pump at least for a while. And then we do have this neutrality in the end of the week. So I would expect coordination with Bitcoin. And the 13th, which is the full moon, is already quite promising, because it has two aspects that are quite favorable, and they are mid-intensity greens. They are for the day, but they will enable faster recovery, in my opinion, after the drops that we will nevertheless get in the end of the week. Blue chip altcoins, I would say here that we can expect movement in the first part of the week when we have coordination with Bitcoin, but I would say that in general these are also neutral, so this means that it will be quite volatile. And if I have to choose some, then I would recommend in the first part of the week XRP, XLM, so stellar lumens, which has a nice longer term, more powerful aspect for the week, so you need to check with TA how this develops, and even Solana, which has also a bullish aspect, but it's not that strong, especially on the 8th and possibly on the 9th. The gold and silver index XAU, we do have a similar week. As you can see, we get here 9th, which is more powerful. Anyway, we know that we have all-time high, and they are also forecasted to grow, especially on the gold side. Of course, this is an index for silver as well. So we can expect here also in the beginning and mid of the week some growth, and the rest is pretty neutral, but I would say that it looks better than crypto in terms of aspects. And we do have here only a controversy on the 8th, maybe because crypto will grow here, we will get less, but I don't expect a big dump or something like that. It's only a day level aspect, and the rest of the week is pretty neutral. I would like to give a summary of where I see the markets currently, also astrologically. We see that there are neutral days, a lot of neutral days everywhere, and to be honest, I had a look also at Nasdaq and S&P, and this is also no exception. So we can really correlate these big US indices. And now that the tariff topic is communicated and out of the way, I do think there are still question marks, decisions that are to be made. So maybe we will get a sort of sideways play out for the next weeks. And still, I do think it's more negative. At least this is what the astrology would say for the next week, at least. Now, I want to pinpoint attention to the fact that Nasdaq, you might not trade it, but we see that the tech stocks are really correlated with Bitcoin and crypto in general. And there we have a sort of outlier in astrology, and this is on the moon, on the full moon day on the 13th, we have a good positive long-term aspect there. So it could be that the stock market would recover a bit faster and would set the tone for whatever comes in crypto afterwards, and it will be on a more positive side. Or it is possible that we do have them in a sort of divergence for a while, that the tech would really pick up faster. Could be also a possible scenario. Just be aware of the fact that the mid of the week is more turbulent. I will give an update, of course, for the next week from April 14th onwards, where we do have some challenging astrology, and this is valid actually for all markets again, so we don't know what really happens. Another outlier for the day is for S&P, if I'm not wrong, it's on the 8th. We do have there a lot of red moon crescents, so it could be that we get other market events, hopefully not from the sort of DeepSeek AI that would really disrupt in the end in cascade also crypto. But this is possible. So the whole week I would really advise you to have stop losses, to be careful, and to really monitor your trades if you have the courage to go into the markets in this climate. So thank you so much for your attention, for your support. I'm very grateful for your loyalty, and I wish you a great weekend and a successful week ahead. See you.